Well, it looks like there's war going on in the Middle East. Surprise, surprise. Not really. Um, but you see, the thing is the country, I believe, of Iran wants to have nuclear weapons. Why? Why do you want nuclear weapons? As a defense? No. That is an offensive weapon. A weapon to control, to destroy. A weapon of death. But see, that's not the only weapon that's happening right now in the world. Because at the State of the Union speech, President Trump asked the question, stand if you agree with this statement. You, as Congresspeople, are here to defend the people of the United States, not the illegal immigrants. The Democrats didn't stand. Why? It's a weapon. They want to control the U.S., the society. They want to say, no, what we say you can do, you can do. What we say we're going to take from you, we are going to take from you. In other words, you work to pay them. And it's not going to be about a percentage of tax. It's going to be about everything. We want everything. And so why would you want that? Why would you want somebody else running your life? That's wrong. People don't know how to run somebody else's life. They don't live in their minds. They don't know. They have no clue. They can't even run their own lives. So how can they run yours? It's Satan is what it is. Satan is attempting to destroy. But it is the Christian, not the religious. You can be as religious in any religion you want, but it's not going to do anything unless it's a relationship with Jesus, who is the creator of all things. He also controls all things. He keeps everything in an organized way so that it works. Without Jesus, nothing would work. There would be nothing but chaos, death, theft, rape, you name it. That's all there would be. Because man, without his spirit, without a conscience, is nothing but an animal, a mammal, walking around this earth. And those of you that don't want to have organization, love, peace, and joy, a serene life, doing what needs to be done, you will get it. Because in the Bible it says, ask and ye shall receive, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be open unto you. So what are you asking for? Communism? I just explained how communism works. The dictator takes everything. And maybe you can have enough to live on. Maybe. That's what you're asking for. That is what the Democrat Party is asking you to do. Be part of a communist society. Tell the Democrats, you tell us what to do. We don't want to do something that you don't want us to do. Do we? No. By following God's word, there is freedom. There is much freedom. because no one tells you what to do, but you follow freely God's word, the instruction on how man is to live. That's how it works. It's not a beat you down until you can't stand anything. That's what communism is. Jesus is love. He wants you to have a good life, a life of joy and peace, and most of all, love. Communism has no love. Communism is a dictator telling you, you give to me everything, and I might let you have something. That's not what this country is based on. This country is so strong because it is based on Judeo-Christian principles. The Constitution was written under Christian Judeo principles. Or in other words, not law, but love. The freedom of speech, which is the First Amendment, does not mean that you allow a Muslim to come in and convince you that being a Muslim is the way to die. No. The freedom of speech came from the fact that kings would say, you cannot speak against me or I will kill you. That's what the Democrats want. They want to kill those that speak against them. And the Constitution says, no, you can't do that. That is what the First Amendment is about. It's not about you can say whatever you want, invite any religion in that you want and follow it, and try to force the rest of society to follow it. That's not what it's about. Christianity is about a relationship with the Creator. The Creator being Jesus. He made all things. Yes, He did. And so, why? Why don't you want peace, love, and joy? I don't get it. You would rather have a greedy, lustful, violent person telling you what to do. And if you don't do it, they kill you. That's what you want when you vote Democrat, socialist, whatever. They don't want to help you. They want to kill you. They want harm, not help. And they're trying to destroy this country, the greatest country on earth, only because God is written into the Constitution of this country. It may not say God, but it does reflect God's word, God's principles. It reflects God. And if that's not what you want, you don't want God, then God doesn't want you. And so when you die, you can't be with God because you have decided you don't want that. And so you will die, and then your spirit will end up in darkness, complete darkness, and the only thing you can do is scream and grind your teeth. How does that sound? Sound like a lovely idea? I don't think so. I'm a Christian. I am a Christian. I know for a fact that Jesus died to take care of my sin. It is paid for. It is done. And He rose again on the third day so that when my body dies, my spirit will resurrect. Resurrect, I don't know. But it will come out of this body and it will meet Jesus wherever He is, whether He comes and I meet Him in the air or I die and I meet Him in heaven. That's the way it is. It's the only religion that promises that. And you cannot, Allah Akbar, that's garbage. It's a fairy tale. It came from a psychopath that was drunk on lust. And that's all. There is no Allah. There is Jesus, who is God, the Creator. That is all. No more, no less. And if you worship other than God, the Creator, then you're worshiping Satan. So, good luck with your life, because there is no such thing as luck. Okay? Let God take over and live. Live.